interested. Cohesis says, I understand your company says it helps businesses make the right technology decisions. And I guess I'm keen to understand, what do we mean by that? And in fact, what are some of the wrong decisions that people are making? What's the Cohesis edge, the Cohesis secret sauce here in making the right decisions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a really interesting kind of question. I mean, in my view, it's around making the decisions fit the business. So what I'm talking about here is that the decisions that leaders take are pragmatic, that they're in context of the business, and that can be in terms of budget, it can be in terms of their culture, it can be just in terms of where they're at. We sometimes talk to businesses that are in that want to rebuild, that have had some kind of shock or disturbance. Other businesses have had years of success and growth, and all of a sudden they've outgrown, so they have a different perspective. And they need technology to work for them to, they've outgrown their technology. So it's about adapting and actually looking at things through their eyes, but they don't necessarily have the technology expertise to actually kind of like look behind the jargon and interpret it, and also have the time as well to actually sit down and really think around what are the right next steps. So we come in and we kind of sit with them, we try and understand them, we understand where they're up to in their technology journey, what maybe the issues are, what risks they've got, and they can be around their people, their processes, their technologies, but also their governance. We look at risk, we look at those kind of things, and what we try and do is build a picture. And it's a bit like a jigsaw of all these bits that have to fit together. And what we try and do is show them what that picture looks like now and what that picture could look like based on what they've told us what they want to achieve. And so in that context, we then have discussions, we have conversations. We don't tell them what they should do, we give them options, and then we talk them through, and then they feel as though they're making the right technology decisions. It's not us, but they're given the right basis upon which to make those choices. And so I suppose that covers that piece off. I would say, when you ask about the wrong decisions, these are more, I suppose, abstract in the sense of, yes, you can have a specific decision that's wrong, but they tend to be more strategically wrong decisions in the sense of short-termism, in the sense of maybe not, seeing IT as a cost, as a pure cost, not as an asset. And so therefore it's a case of we don't want to spend much on IT, and they don't look at the value that technology or applications or whatever it may be may provide. So it's around, the thinking around some of those decisions. And typically when we get invited into an organization, we're talking to the business leaders who typically, not all the case, but typically are sales-led or finance-led. And they may not have that technology background. So they're not used to looking at technology in that way as an asset, as something that needs to be invested in, that supports the business. And so we help shape some of that thinking. To really kind of help drive that appreciation for the business value that they may not have had before. So it's around helping them see technology differently, helping them not to avoid making decisions, because sometimes the wrong decision is actually avoid making a decision. It's in the too hard box. Yeah, so we'll kick the can down the road. The problem with that is that as the business grows, if you're using legacy systems, the divergence between the capability of the organization and the technology beneath it can diverge, and that creates risk.